Wagwan again, family. You know, the more stories I listen to on Unstoppable Live is the more I ask the question if parents don't know what their roles are in a child's life. If parents don't know that they're supposed to be in a child's life to love them, care for them, provide for them, protect them, and teach them. Obviously, a lot of parents drop the ball. A lot of parents fail their kids. More and more, I'm realizing that. This story that you're about to listen to right here, this guest shared how her mother literally left her up on the roadside from she a young baby. And as a result of that, she was just boxing both from this person to that person, from this person to that person. And everywhere she go, people just abuse her as them feel. Family, take a listen to this one that was shared on Unstoppable Live.
I wasn't great. I just have a burden story for me from I was a young child until in my adult age. And I just feel like talk about it. First of all, I wasn't grew raised with my biological mother and father. I found myself with my grandparents. Now my grandparents have a lot of children and other grandchildren was there with her also. I was like one of the outcast one. It's like nobody like me. When they look at me, they say, "Oh, dread girl, this, that," and they tell me all kind of things. I feel so down. When I supposed to get like clothes to wear, I have to get hand down from the other cousins because they were a little bit older than me, but their parents was living in Kingston. We were living in the country area. So when their parents send down clothes and food and whatever might be, I didn't have a mother or father to send nothing for me. So I was always way at the back of the line. Whatever they have and leave, that is what I always get. Anyway, things was going on like that for a while, but I still going on until when I reach about 8. It was a holiday, July, August. This is the part that I get most emotional at all times when I reach here. It is what mostly of all. I get to understand that my mother leave me on the roadside after I was about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that young. Anyway, that is how I reached to my grandparents because this lady that is supposed to be my godmother, she's the one who took me up because I was left at her gate and gave me to my grandparents. I didn't know much about before coming on, but I know when I was like 6, 7. When I reached 8 years, I remember I used to do almost everything here, there, because I was that brilliant about everything. Quick, quick, brilliant, everything. If they tell me one thing, they don't have to tell me. And I used to watch everything. I want to know everything, how this do, how that. So therefore, I used to be like the one that go to the store, go to the shop, go here, go there, whatever. One morning in July, going August, my grandmother was going to fasting because she was a Christian. One Monday morning, she said to me, I should go to the store, the shop. It's not store those time, it's shop. To get her some stuff so she could leave it with me and the other siblings that was there. And my birth certificate, I see where she have me when she was 17.
Mm. So
When she
did
was
you
17, she have me.
did
But but apparently until I was old enough, she didn't want any children
okay.
because she was a type of people who person like, she didn't want any children.
Mm.
So I was just the lucky one. So after I reached there, I went to the store the morning, but it was like 3 or 4 miles away. If I go all the way around the road, it would be like 5 miles. But to take the shortcut, it was like 3 miles, 3.5 miles. But it was a lonely road, a part of the journey. I went to this shop and I purchased what I want and I come back on my way coming back. On my way coming back now, there's a piece of lonely road about a mile of lonely road. Nobody is there until like after 10 o'clock because it's a farming area. And the last house that I passed is about half a mile coming. So when I reached in the middle, it was about half a mile to reach to my house, but it was about 2.5 miles behind me. So when I reached, sorry, at a spot, hear a sound like a dog coming out of a big heavy bush. So I stop and I look. When I look, I see this big brown dog, but everybody in the village know this dog because there was this man. He used to rape children, and we saw it when he got to prison. He come back and he continue to do the same thing. So whenever you see that dog, you know that he's around. And I saw the dog and I start to run. When I look, I see the man coming, and I start to run, and I stop it like I run about 2.5 miles, tired. And I went to run into our lady kitchen. I see she was preparing breakfast. Those time when you're preparing breakfast is not like no. It was like coffee tea and roast banana, roast plantain or whatever them have. So she was like, what happened? And I tell her what happened. And she's going the bag that I have, the little bag, because those time it was paper bag you have. And then going to you have to carry like um table towel to tie up what you have or pillowcase to put what you have. That's how we used to carry grocery and thing. So she went in the bag. First, before I reached there, when I got to the store and was coming back, there was a post office right there. And the lady, the postmistress said to me, say, come here, girl. And me go and say, "Well, register letter there for your granny." And when me go, she said to me, but me not giving you the register slip. Sign it and carry it home. Look for your gas school and me know so you can sign it. And me sign my name to it. And me take the poster and me put the letter in the bottom of the bag. So after me hold the bag, after me reach back to the lady and run back to the lady now, she start to fix up the cornmeal, the sugar, everything mix up because a paper bag those time and everything. And she was like, whatever. She see the register letter and she said, but you get register letter, man. And me say, yes, put it back. And the postmistress give me for give my grandmother. Anyway, she put it back inside the bag. And after everything calmed down, she let her husband take me home to my grandmother. And him tell my grandmother what happened. So she said, okay, she now go work go fasting because she now want after she leave, the man come there and the three of us that was there. So everything go like that the Monday morning and we happy and joyful in the yard. Then about an hour and a half, I see the lady come and she called my grandmother by the gate. When she called my grandmother by the gate, she and my grandmother was there talking. Now at that time we as children cannot go there to listen what they were saying. And we cannot butt in, we have to hold we corner one side. After she finished talk, me hear my grandma say, Lord Jesus. All right, tell a lady out there so one next lady have a shop close by. She said, tell a lady if you give you one for me until tomorrow. I don't know what is the one or what is what or nothing. She gonna say, tell the lady if you give you one until tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And stop with my grandmother come inside. And oh my God, my grandmother, she not beat me, no. My grandmother murder me. And all she a beat me, she don't tell me what she beating me for. She lock me between her foot and have me little baton just a wheel so. And me I tell her unstoppable sound lick. When me finish, me couldn't sit down no time at all. Me couldn't sit down nowhere and me baton because my baton is like fire. And when she finished beat me to that stage, she locked me up into a butt tree. I don't know if nobody know what a butchery is. A butchery is like a small outside kitchen that they have put farming stuff into and lock it up. And at that time the butchery was full of ginger. And the ginger was having tear biting hands because the ginger hot, so the ginger create hands. And unstoppable have to be in that place whole day with that biting hands all over my body.
So so
And
so
I don't know what me getting beaten for.
so she just come inside after talking to
Yes.
the neighbor and
Mm-hmm.
just start beat you without even asking you any questions or nothing at all.
Without asking me no question. Because all the other children was like, stand like, what happened? What happened? She just start beat me without nothing at all. Just start beat me. Me tell her, beat me unstoppable, beat me without, and don't tell me what happened, what have I done.
And you say you was 8 at this time, right?
Yes, I was just 8 year old, right? Because it was the same month was my birthday, right? And she just start beat me for no reason at all. I don't know what.
No,
How I
for
gonna
the
find out what?
let me
Pardon
clarify it
me?
now. Let me clarify it for the persons who probably not following along. Now, the lady who come and whisper something to her grandmother is the lady also she run to when she a run from the man. I'm correct, right?
Yes.
While she running away from the man who was the community rapist, she run to this lady which is a neighbor for safety, and the lady make her husband bring her home. Right? The husband bring her home to grandmother and all of that. Then an hour later, the same lady where she run to for safety come to the grandmother, whisper something at the grandmother ears, and then that was the result. Continue from there. I think them can keep up from there, so.
Right. After she beat me and locked me up in the place now, I was there all day. No food, nothing at all. Until about 4 or 5 o'clock when my uncle come home. When my uncle come home, my uncle he was like, where is such and such a? Asking for me. And she say, me lock her up in the butt shot that's I know. Shut in the butt that's because um me neighbor the lady come and say she thief her 1 pound out of her wall bag. I was Jesus have mercy, God. What? No unstoppable. If anybody, this is the part that hurt me from I was a child until now. This is the part that hurt me. If anybody know what a wall bag is, a wall bag unstoppable is a bag that they make from flour bag because first time flour used to come into bag, white cloth bag. So people use that white cloth bag to do a lot of things. Make sheet, make clothes, make a lot of things. So that is what they take and make a bag like and put it over the corner of the bed that they put like they use whatever they want to use and small clothes, whatever they want to put in that bag and it's a deep bag. Unstoppable, those time the kitchen is away from the house and the latrine is away from the kitchen. So you have three different space to go. I was 8 years old, right? At the same time, the lady that I run to rescue have a daughter inside the house with a baby that was not 9 days yet. And you cannot those days you don't come out of house when you have baby until you and the baby reach 9 days before you come outside. You have to stay inside, right? And tell me unstoppable, I am an 8 year old child. And I'm going to leave the kitchen with you and your husband there. And I'm going to go inside the house. And I'm going to go stretch over the lady and the baby and the bed and go in the wall bag and dig out and take out a pound and take out 1 pound. That time 1 pound was a lot of money. It was like $1,000 now. And when my uncle hear that, my uncle don't look through it. Him come himself and him give me another beating again unstoppable on top of that.
And none of them ask you no questions. Them just come and beat you.
Nobody asked me no question. Nobody. Because me say to uncle say, me not do it. He say, so you want to say the lady a tell lie? Big people not tell lie. Big people not tell lie. Big people not tell lie. And unstoppable. I go weeks and months without food. Every time they're gonna hand me something to eat, I get a beating. Every time they're gonna hand me something to eat, they beat me before then give me the food to eat.
Because of the one lie where the woman tell upon you?
Therefore, because the one lie that the woman telling me unstoppable, that's what hurt me until this day. That is what hurt me unstoppable. That is what hurt me to my gut. And nobody unstoppable. Nobody. Right? And every time I'm gonna eat, they have to beat me. Every time I eat, I beat me. And then the other children in the house now start to call me 1 pound. until it got to the village and they start to call me 1 pound. And everybody start to call me 1 pound. And that's how it got unstoppable. One day now, after about maybe 3 or 4, maybe a month after, I was there because I start to sleep outside the house under the cellar when they're not looking me underneath the bed, when they're looking for me all about me under the bed, me they all around because just running from leak and stuff, just running from leak. And one day when I was there, my grandmother said, okay, she going to the shop. At the same shop she sent me to is the same shop she went to. When she come back me here, she say to my uncle that was her son, and I said, come here, come here, come here, you don't know what happened. Me out of the shop out there so. And the lady said to me, say, what a way you beat your granddaughter and nearly kill her around there, eh? And she said to her, I said, yes, because she's wrong. You got to take the woman 1 pound. And the lady said, she said, the lady said to her, how that little girl fi go in the house go take out 1 pound? You know, say I lie the woman a tell pan you. And she take down the 1 pound and give back. She said, see the 1 pound here? I don't put it in my till. Because the lady come at the shop and start to buy something and I never have a change to give her back a penny. And she said to her, say, give me my penny because me want, me see me sue, me see lady granddaughter with a register letter and me want something because me never have no money and me go tell her like upon her and she must say a killer around the now. So no who me penny.
So
And she get back the 1 pound.
so this grown woman tell a
Yes,
lie, tell a serious lie on an 8-year-old just to get 1 pound.
yes, unstoppable, yes. And the thing when my grandmother come and tell her son and tell none of them don't tell the other rest of daughters and son and family member that she get back the 1 pound and is lie the lady was telling. So it continue be a stick to me, even when you're an adult.
That follow you right throughout your life.
Right, even now, unstoppable, even right now, because I'm still scared of people right now. I'm still scared of people. And even when I'm an adult, I go to me because of that I couldn't go to no auntie or uncle or nobody house because they say they don't want to let me in their house because them have money in there and they don't want me to take it out. That time poor me unstoppable, poor me. I couldn't play with no children in the village. No children I couldn't play with in the village because the mother come and say, don't play that because me know you come thief like she because she thief the woman pound. She thief the woman pound. I was like a dog. I was like a dog. After that unstoppable, because of that saying and what have you, and I wouldn't stay in the house and what have you. One of my uncles said to my grandmother, say, give me a make she come stay with me. I was so glad to go because I said, okay, I go and get away from the beating or what have you. Unstoppable. You better we stay with my grandmother. You better I stay with my grandmother and still take the lick and beating going on. Because unstoppable, me never get beaten. I me never get lick yet. And now me going get beaten and get lick for nothing at all. Because from the 1 pound, everybody taking the 1 pound throwing at me and say, me thief the lady 1 pound, me thief the lady 1 pound, and me a thief and me thief the lady 1 pound. And because of that, everybody say anything and tell anybody, my uncle or my grandmother, anybody say, them say, yes, it's true. And they say, oh, she thief the one. And it's just like that, me grow and stop with just that hang over my head as a rope. And I did not do it unstoppable. I did not do it. When I try to explain to anybody, it's like, big people don't lie. Big people don't lie. And my grandmother died and she never tell nobody that she get back the 1 pound and not never go like that. When my aunt, my uncle go for beat me unstoppable because him have a wife that they just married. And if the wife said this and if the wife said that, he's just beaten. Him just believe and him just beat me. Yes, you wouldn't behave yourself by my mother yard. You wouldn't behave yourself. Things you go rule me so now. Me go take it back out of you and you think you go rule me now. And I saw them start. One time before that happened, my grandmother, like she's called it three of us that was there, and she said to us, say, when you grow up, what you would like to be? A fingersmith or a blacksmith? We don't know what is fingersmith and what is blacksmith. We never know what it was. One two say they would like to be blacksmith. I was like, blacksmith? Me no want nothing black. Me no want anything black. Me not be no blacksmith. Me want have me have fingers. You better me say fingers see me because me have finger. And me say fingers see me unstoppable. Unstoppable. I'll know my face not twist back good yet. I get a box in my face and say, oh, a thief you want turn. Finger see me teeth thief. And the finger see me teeth thief. We couldn't have a say to ask anybody what is this or what is that. And we couldn't ask nobody if he say nothing. We couldn't ask nobody in those time what is this. And we could at least we couldn't even go to the parent that we live with and ask any question. Oh, a big man you turn or a big man you turn or what you turn. We couldn't ask them nothing. We couldn't ask them nothing. So you just grow like a wild beast.
And people
Worse if they
remember,
don't like you.
like I said, like she said, she was 8 at this time, 8. Them
Yeah,
ask her what she want be, a fingersmith or a blacksmith, right? And she gave an innocent
yeah,
answer because she really didn't know what a fingersmith is, right? And for telling the truth, me never even know what a fingersmith is until she told me, right?
exactly.
I never even know until she tell me that the other day when we talked to her. I never even know what a fingersmith was or is. And that is what them do her because she gave an innocent answer. You know? Continue.
Yes, and after now, I went to my uncle. So we have this mule that the mule used to, they never tie the mule. Because anytime they want the mule, they just call the mule by the mule come and whatever. My uncle now used to be a man like this. He got to the field early 3 o'clock in the morning. And they have to, my uncle wife prepare the breakfast by 7 o'clock. Remember, me have to go school 8 or reach school at 8 o'clock. School call 8 o'clock. And put me on the mule, send me to where you're going, and him take off the breakfast or what and send me home back on the mule. One day me come home and it was late, so me couldn't go school. So she say, supposed to wash up the dishes. So it's a barbecue we have washing the dishes on. The mule want water. Anywhere the mule going is me and the mule. So the mule see me washing the plate and me have the water. The mule come and start to drink the water. So me so small the time it was about, call it 9 now. And me push out the mule and the mule drink the water and the mule step on one of the cup and mash the handle. And when my uncle come, the wife tell him that she said something to me and me frowns and me mash the cup handle. Just for a cup handle, I'm stop black cup handle. Then call it crackery cup at that time, crackery cup handle break. You see the night then you saw one something then call bun nose where it cannot break, it cannot bend, he only bend but it cannot break unstoppable. That is what the man take and beat me. And when the man beat me, when I time me have to just when him a beat me in time me by me 2 hand and time up under the ceiling, the cellar top in the something. When I time me have to kick him. And me kick him the other time, he say, okay, you're bad man, all right. And the other night, you see, right now me have 2 wounds in my side. One in my hand, one in my leg, upper leg, and one in my down, my lower leg. When the man beat me, when he see the blood start spill, he just a beat me. Time my 2 hands tied together and tie under the cellar, up in the top, and my foot, just my toe, a swing cross. So. And when I'm wife father have to leave here the thing and leave over the other side of him house and come over and say to him, say, you go kill your sister Pitney? Are your sister Pitney, man, make your sister Pitney so. And the same night when I look, me full of blood all over unstoppable. All over me I bleed. All over. Neither him nor the wife don't pay attention to me. Me keep bleeding, and nobody said nothing. And the night about 4 o'clock the morning, me hear the door was licking down, bloom, 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 bloom. When me look and listen, him say, him come out and say who that and him say my mother. That is the first time me go and know my mother personal. Say she's my mother. My grandmother, my parents didn't tell me say she's my mother. Them never tell me where's my mother. Is my godmother when me come those age tell me what happened because them didn't tell me what happened how me come that is them grow me. When she come, she was like she and my uncle. She said, "Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?" And my uncle say, which daughter you talk about? Which daughter you talk about? And I say, oh, you mean me one daughter? Me one daughter because I get a dream. Me get a dream say, don't you kill her with lick. Don't you have to a killer. So same time me run out, me hear say my mother out there, so now me know say me a bleed and what have you. My so me fly out and me run out of the house and me come out. And me say, Mommy, 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 see me here, see me here, see me here, see me here. And she start to cry. She and my uncle catch a fight because she say them a advantage me and so then catch a fight and what. Anyway, she say she not leaving me and she carry me come a town with her. She carry me come a Spanish town with her. When me come a Spanish town was there until me start go to a school for few weeks. When I start go to a school for few weeks and stuff, I was very good in maths. Even now I'm very good in maths. Very good in maths. So one day I was there and one of my classmates said, can you do my maths for me and me pay you? I say, yes, you have to pay me penny. Okay, me do the maths for her and she get her sums, her maths right. We used to call it sums at that time. Arithmetic sums. We never say mathematics, arithmetic we used to call it at that time and sums. And me do it for her, she get it right. And she continue do it, continue ask me to do her maths for her and whatever. Me do it for her and more children and pay me penny. Now this day now she say her sister in grade 9 want me to do her maths for her. So I say she have to pay me choppings because she a bigger pick me and me, so she have to pay me choppings. She say alright, she go pay me choppings when recess time, we call it recess those time. When recess time, she not pay me choppings and me do the maths and she get it right. So me start say me want me choppings, me want me choppings. So anyway, they not pay me no mind. Anyway, it's a good amount of brother and sister them and cousin was there. And she say, you want to play with us? Come on play. Me know this stupid one. So me go and play with them. And me go and start to play skipping rope. And them carry this rope, donkey rope, come to school and skip. And when we skip and we start to skip the something when they call pepper with them and spin it fast, 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 pepper and jump. And it slip and go between my foot, between my crutches. And those pitney take the something and start to pull it. One pull it in front and one pull it back. Bruise up the whole under my foot. Whole under my foot. And I say, my God, Jesus. And I start to cry. And I say, me must revenge you back. Me must, because after the 1 pound business start, me become very, very revengeful. Very revengeful to everybody. Very revengeful. Me find myself start walk with all piece of machete, a knife. Anybody say anything to me stone them. Me do all kind of revengeful things, all type of revengeful things, just to see if me could get back revenge what the lady have said to me,
But
done to me,
stick a pin right
right?
there, Carla, because I'm curious. So, mommy come and she create a bag of fuss for you when you're there, uncle, right? Did she actually
Mm-hmm.
take you and start to take care of you at that point? Or what? What happened?
No, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm coming to it. She didn't take care of me. She take me and go there, and anyway, she sent me to a particular school for about 3 weeks. I'm telling her after I go to the school for about 3 weeks. That is what happened.
Mm.
Right? This is what happened to me now. And after that happened to me, and them start to them squeeze me the rope, and me say I must get revenge from them. So one day I was there, she started to do me the same thing because she started to beat me up. So and like she now like me every minute when she be call me here to go school, she hold me here, she drag it, and me say why you do me here so, and one of the neighbor would say, why you do your daughter so? And so I said, me no wanna pick me never wanna pick me never wanna pick me never wanna pick but I just so me get the dream, so them a advantage her. And me say make me go because like me dead family, them a taunt me say me dead family, them a taunt me or what. So we never have a communication. Me and she never have no good relationship. Never. Never have a good relationship. Never. Right? Because she don't like me, not even an inch she don't like me. Because every day she cuss me on my black and my head dry and whatever, whatever. So anyway, that happened and me said to myself, say I must revenge back the child because the whole under my foot bruised up and cut up with the rope. So after it happened like that, about a week after me go back to school and me see the little girl come outside. Now we used to have, we don't ever use pen like this pen. We used to have fountain pen, ballpoint pen are those pen we use. Now the fountain pen have nib. It's a little iron thing that you put onto the point of the stick. Used to buy the stick different from the point, the point, the iron point. I used to have use ink. So you put the stick into the little iron part and you dip it into the ink and write with it. So when it dry off, you continue writing and continue dipping the ink and write. And when I look come out the day, I see the little girl have the put the pen into her mouth, but she put the nib part into her mouth and the stick hung out. And I went back and I take my hand miggle and I give that thing one slap and it went right up into her jawbone. And I start to run. And the family started, brother and sister, them start to run me down. And I run to a point where I reach to a mechanic shop and a train station where so them have a lot of pieces of iron. And I take a piece of the iron and I just make one fling and it lick one of the cousin into the back. Them says in spine. Poor me no know what name spine or what them time they. Anyway, he never go down to my mother yard. Me run straight to my grandfather. Because my grandfather ever shield me. Him is the only one who believe in me. Him is the only one and one of my grand aunt. And when I was there, about a few days, me see my mother and police come for me. My mother carry the police from St. Catherine to St. Andrew. Come for me and carry the police come show them where me is. And when they take me and carry me go come back a Spanish town, them carry me to the police station. And she was telling them a whole bag of lies that don't go like that. She don't tell them what happened. And me couldn't tell the police them what happened because when I tried to explain to one of them, one of the police give me one box on my face and say, you too like girl, you liar girl, no go so. And you alone, your mother have your thing, your mother not go treat you so, and this, that, and them, and she a ball to them and tell him, oh, me treat, and all me I say, no, me no grow there, and my grandparents, me grow with, and what have you. And the policeman give me poor little girl a box in a approved school. For that again, it coming all the way down from the £1. Because if I never the £1, it wouldn't reach there so. And was there until the first day I go there, this woman, this girl in the approved school come say, like she say, girl, where you come here for? Girl, where you come here for? Me no answer. Girl, where you come here for? And unstoppable. The third time she said that I don't make, she second time said I don't make, she said that the third time. I grab her and I start sweep her head from corner to corner upon the wall because I was that upsetting with what happened to sis. Where me reach and I never deserve it. I start sweep her head. Anyway, we was there till we have a time when you go to a pro school now you get a probation officer. Get a probation officer. And she was the only person all the time from was years coming down that time coming up because at a time now I was about 10, 10 going 11. About 10 in at that time, 10 going because I was still young and small. She called me and she asked me what happened. And I started to explain from all the way down the line from the £1 coming up and what have you. And she said, what? She asked me how with the communication with my mother, I tell her what happened and how it go and what have you. And all what she tell my mother tell them say nothing was like that and what have you. And she said, okay. She carry me. Me tell her now that time, me tell her now that I don't, me never grow with her. Me grow with my grandmother and me grow with my grandfather. And the probation officer now start to contact everybody. She contact my grandmother to see if it's true. She contact my aunt then to see if it's true. She contact me grandfather, everybody, and then she come back to me. And then she carry me go court and she hand me over now back to my mother. Say my mother must take care of me. And she have to see that my mother take care of me. Right? And that was the last time I go to school. I don't go back to any school because I have to be here with stranger working, here with stranger working, here with stranger working, here with stranger working to just achieve, to save myself. To save myself. And even when I come adult, it was like when I talk, bring it up and tell my family and say, remember when this and that, Lord, so long, you forgot, but you don't forgot about that, and you still, after that, I know nothing that not gone long time, and my mother did and gone, and you still have that up again and what have you. But it's me who feel it. It's me who feel all the burn and all the pressure and all the burden to know that I did not do that until adult age, it's still hurting me, it's still taunting me. Because even when I go to some of the aunt or uncle's house, I still scared to go in them house and I don't go. Because of that, I don't go where them is. I don't go where them is. Only time we meet up is when we go like some family member pass and we go to the funeral also. And I would say to my children, this is your aunt, this is your uncle. I don't keep them away from my children. I say, this is your aunt and that is your uncle and that is my uncle and what have you. But I don't stay around them. I don't go around them. I don't talk to them. I don't just don't move, mess around them because nobody would ever take up for me at that time. Everybody was like they want to kill me at that time because well, my mother was the outcast one. And then now everybody come like the same thing.
Well, all right then. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what's your take on this one right here. And don't forget, if you want to continue listening to the rest of this program, you can click the link that's in the description. It will take you on over to Unstoppable Live, where you can continue listening to the rest of the program in its entirety. While you're over there, remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications. So once we go live, you will be able to participate in whatever topic we're discussing at the time. Also remember to hit the subscribe button right here on the recap channel, so once we drop another recap, you will not miss it. Viewers, I see a lot of you commenting in the comment section asking how can you share your story. The number is right on the screen. All you have to do is send a WhatsApp message to that number and you will receive a call back. Alright? Until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, remain unstoppable.